All right, this video is for Stu. It's a friend of ours who we decided to make this video for. He might be the only one that ends up seeing it, but hopefully it's good enough that someone else will watch it. Stu had ankle surgery, and so we thought this would be a good video to shoot for him to give him some exercises to do while he's non-weight bearing in a boot. So if you're non-weight bearing in a boot, here are some exercises that we can do. All three of us are here because we had the time to do it. Are you guys ready to do it? Yeah. So ready. Nadine and Courtney are going to show them. I'm going to narrate, poke fun, say weird things, well, hopefully not, while they do them. Okay, so the first one is banded clams. So all these exercises are basically to try to determine, and not determine, but to make sure that your kind of glutes and quad can stay working while you're healing. So banded clams, this is a pretty common one. And obviously the heavier the band, go ahead, Nadine.
Start?
Go ahead, yeah, start.
Okay.
Okay, so you're basically just externally rotating the hip and abducting against resistance, against the band. How's it feel, Nadine?
Feeling the burn.
All right, good, okay. So that's one you could probably do about 20 reps of, all right? Now let's go into fire hydrants. So fire hydrants is sort of a similar motion as the clams. No, those are kickbacks.
That's a donkey kick.
That's a donkey kick. Fire hydrant. Do you know?
My fault.
Okay.
Fire hydrants. I'm curious.
Oh, so fire hydrants, if you have a dog, then you know why we call this fire hydrant.
If you have a boy dog.
If you have a boy dog.
Oh yeah, girl dogs like Calliope would never do this.
She just squats.
Okay, boy dogs. All right, so with this one, obviously just kind of like keeping your core tight, again, pushing out with your leg into the band. You'll feel it in the glutes quite a bit. Okay, now do the kickbacks. What do you call these? Donkey kick? Donkey kicks? Sorry, Courtney's not mic'd. We only have 2 mics, so Courtney says donkey kicks. She probably can still hear though.
Yeah.
So, good, donkey kicks. So with all 3 of those, I'd say do about, I don't know, at least 20 reps, two or 3 times through, and you'll definitely feel like you're working your glutes and some of your hip rotators when you're doing them. All right, the last one Nadine's going to show us is a bridge. Now, sometimes when you're in a boot, and they may tell you to be non-weight bearing, but sometimes they'll say you can be partial weight bearing. And there's probably a variety of exercises we could do with partial weight bearing, but one that you could do, meaning you're not putting your full weight through your leg, is a bridge. So go ahead and show us some bridges. And when you do this, really concentrate on not rolling up, but just squeezing your glutes and pressing straight up. Try to get higher than you think you would need to, and then push the band apart with your legs. That's kind of another way to get a little bit more hip and glute action while you do it. So none of these exercises are super crazy hard in and of themselves, but if you do them all together in a workout, then you'll definitely be working your muscles. All right, now Courtney is going to show us a plank.
Oh, a plank?
Yeah, the side plank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, we didn't talk about that.
Yeah. All right, so which leg is your boot on? I guess it could be on either leg.
It can be on either.
Yeah, okay, show us. This is side plank with hip abduction. Yep, there you go. And then you could also lower the plank up and down while you hold your leg straight, just like that. These are actually pretty dang hard.
They're very hard.
And if your boot's on this leg, it's gonna be really hard
You get an extra
because
weight.
you're having to, hold the boot up, okay? Yeah, so a variety of different ways. Side plank, yep. There you go, front and back view. Okay, then how about the Copenhagen plank for the knee? This is another hard one. Not as hard if your knee's bent. So this would work your adductors. Everything else kind of work the hip and abductors, but this one would work your adductors. So just holding, and this one you could do on either side too, right? Since the weight's here, it might hurt a little bit if you had the boot. You can go up and down. So squeeze your glutes, press forward just a little bit. There you go.
Don't make it harder.
Yeah, it makes it harder. So if you're cheating, then you'll kind of be more bent. Really try to make your body straight. Okay. Good. So like she was showing, you can just hold that, trying to hold it for 20 or 30 seconds, or if you wanted to kind of move up and down, that's even, could be a little bit harder, just a different way to do that. Long arc quad. So this is a way to just isolate your quad muscle. We tried doing this with a band.
But it kept slipping up.
It kept slipping up. Depending on what your situation is with the boot and what kind of surgery you have, if you're in a cast or something, you may or may not want to use a band. And it works if you're on something a little bit higher. And so then you just basically extend the leg up. Now, if you have the boot on, there's going to be some resistance just from the weight of the boot. But what we're really trying to work on here is the quad and squeezing that really tight. So again, even if you're like, this doesn't seem that hard, if you're not weight bearing, you're not using your muscles very much. And so these will go a long way to keep you from getting some atrophy. So that's long arc quads then. Oh yeah, well, there's another video where we did, what was it? Hip flexor strengthening, iliopsoas strengthening. Look for that, we'll link it in there. Okay, and then standing hamstring curls, that's the last one. So if your boot's on your right leg, you can just go up and down lifting the weight of the boot, or you could bring it all the way up, grab it, let go, and see if you can hold it there for 5 seconds and then lower it down slowly. If you ran 7 miles like Courtney did yesterday, maybe your hamstring will cramp live on video. I don't know. No, yeah, hopefully not. So, yeah, so that's another way of doing that. All right, so that was eight exercises actually. So if you are in the unfortunate circumstance of having to be in a boot and you're an athlete and you're like, man, I really want to keep some muscle. Maybe you're only in a boot for 2 or 3 weeks, but you're non-weight bearing. If you want to keep from atrophying, do these, do them all. It'll definitely go a long way. Like I said, they're not super hard, but if you do all of them combined and maybe work through every single one of them, 3 rounds, once a day, it'll make a huge difference. So hopefully you're not in a boot, but if you are, do these exercises. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.